Hi, Christy here. Today I want to talk about whether the Akashic Records are real or not. I was contacted last week by a man who he designed an experiment in order to determine, to prove to himself whether the Akashic Records really existed. And so his plan was to have two people read his records and get as much factual information as possible. So names, dates of lifetimes, certain lifetimes, getting all the details of that sort of thing, and be able to compare notes. And I get that. I mean, I'm certainly skeptical of many things, and I never would have believed the Akashic Records were a thing or even possible before my long journey started. And he asked me to be one of those readers. He'd already had one reading and he wanted me to sort of verify. And the fact of the matter is, in the work that I do, I don't want all that kind of ancillary information. Like, if I got every lifetime that everyone had, I wouldn't even know where to start. Luckily for me, my information comes as succinct focus on the pieces that will be most helpful now. So it's really hard for me. On the one hand, as an engineer, proof and data, part of me would love to be able to do that. But the work that I do from a soul perspective, I just don't get all that information. I've said this in other videos, I've had people contact me and say how many past lives I've had, and I'll say, I really can't help you with that. And they'll be insistent, and like, I can make up a number, but it's not real, and it doesn't feel an integrity to do that. It's just not something I do. And this man was very clear he did not want any healing, and that was interesting too, because once you open the records and you go into them, healing happens. It's energy first, information second. So he's already changed as a result of having had a reading. And every reader is different. I've had some readings where I feel like, what is this? Like, there's nothing useful here for me. I had a reading once with someone who's pretty accomplished from what I could tell. And she was telling me all about a baby. She could see a baby in a cradle. And I'm like, am I the baby? Is it my baby? Is it something about an aspect of me? Like, what? She was describing the cradle and the baby and everything. I don't understand what this is going to do for me. Anyway, this is all very long-winded, a longer than usual video for me. But basically, we can't prove that the records are real. It is more of a feeling sense of whether it brings value to you to have information from a non-ordinary source, in a way, that may help you transform. So I've kind of let go of the question of proving and let myself be in the energy of how good it feels to be in that transformation. Enough said. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the meantime, please go be brilliant.